I have been reading this book for about a week now, and I'm absolutely in love with it. Full disclaimer though, I did an American literature class a couple years ago and I have read most of it, or at least skimmed the majority of it, so even though I've read it, it's still like a fresh experience for me because I never really got super in depth into it, if that makes sense. And I thought it would be a perfect candidate for framing fiction. Now, I know what you might be thinking.
Oh, he's gonna draw the Walden Pond cabin.
No, I'm gonna draw what's in the cabin. So there's a passage where he describes all of the items that he carried into the cabin and that he basically lived off. In my edition, it's on page 57, and this is what it says. My furniture, part of which I made myself and the rest cost me nothing, of which I have not rendered an account, consisted of a bed, a table, a desk, 3 chairs, a looking glass 3 inches in diameter, a pair of tongs and andirons, a kettle, a skillet and a frying pan, a dipper, a wash bowl, 2 knives and forks, 3 plates, 1 cup, 1 spoon, a jug for oil, a jug for molasses, and a japanned lamp. A couple of those things I have no clue about. A dipper, a wash bowl, a kettle, a japanned lamp. What a jug for oil or a jug for molasses looked like in 1845, I'm not sure. So now we are entering the research phase. A japanned lamp. What does that look like? Japanning is a type of finish that originated as a European imitation of East Asian lacquer work. Okay, I'm gonna say 1840s. I'm gonna guess it's like an oil lamp. I'm gonna drop Japan. I'm just gonna look up oil lamp 1800s. That's a kerosene lamp. Who would have thought that light fixtures back then could have been so complex that I'm having a mental breakdown over it? I'm gonna go with this one from the 1900s that looks like some of the others but slightly more pleasant looking. Alright, next is jug for oil, 1800s. Okay, much more promising. Oh, they had little spouts on them. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. Jug for molasses. Everyone knows that classic molasses jug. It's cute as heck. There we go. It's so cute. If you've watched Over the Garden Wall, you know exactly what it looks like. Alright, next is andirons. What are andirons? I like these. I feel like they suit his aesthetic the most. This was harder than I thought. I'm gonna look up cutlery 1800s. Very basic stuff. Okay, so here's the issue. I tried to fit in all the furniture. I really did. But it looked like an absolute mess. I decided that I would just do a flat lay of the items that aren't the table, the chair, that kind of thing. Because he has 3 chairs in there. So it's difficult to balance everything in a way that looks nice. So I just did all the other stuff. And this is how it looks. It's not perfectly organized, I know, but I'm gonna try and balance it out. Yeah, so let's see how that'll look. So how do I feel about the finished piece? Well, it's not what I was expecting. I was hoping to get the furniture in, but I do like the way it turned out. A lot more than I liked, unfortunately, Menshiki's portrait. I really like this idea. I love the idea of taking something from books and stories and stuff and making them a reality. And in before anybody says,
but Walden isn't fiction.
I'm taking fiction as a loose term because when you read a book, whether it's true or not, whether it's poetry, prose, you know, whatever, you imagine the scenery in your mind. So for me, reading the passages about his cabin, I know what the cabin looks like because I know about Walden Pond and all that, and it's in Fallout 4 and all other manner of things. That was unavoidable. It's like people who watch the Titanic and then read books about the Titanic. They can't help but picture Leonardo DiCaprio. So for me, I took this as how I would imagine certain elements, and when I would look up those things from the 1800s, I found what I felt, you know, resonated the most with my idea of what he would have had. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't done a flat lay in a while. I wanted to use a fountain pen, but my fountain pen dried up because I have not drawn in ages. Everything's a mess. Everything is very, very rough. I am very close to crying. I'm very exhausted. I've been working way more than I should be, but such is life. Essential work. Hey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Nicholas, say bye. He makes pigeon noises. Bye.